welcome back to another episode of the Caffeinated Librarians, Mayapack Public Library's pop culture podcast. This week we're doing our second in our little Batman series with Batman Hush, which is written by Jeph Loeb with art by Jim Lee and Scott Williams, and it's beautiful but also just a great story.
Isn't Hush a song that was on the I Know What You Did Last Summer soundtrack?
It sounds accurate.
There's also a song that, and I only know the chorus of it, or
Yes.
one line of it, which is "Hush, hush."
And it's by Kula Shakar.
And that's it.
Yeah.
It was,
It's
and
the
it was
same
on the
song.
I Know
Okay.
What You Did Last Summer soundtrack?
Yeah.
Awesome.
That sounds accurate, honestly. But yeah, I like this pick because we read Long Halloween.
We did. That was my pick.
So this is a more modern
This is one of my
book that
favorite
he's written.
comics.
Yeah, I know. That's why we read it.
Is it though?
Yeah, yeah.
But I love this one because it has a similar thing where we've packed so many characters into this
Yeah.
book.
Yeah.
There were a lot of characters.
Yeah, Jeph Loeb
Yeah.
was like, I want to see Jim Lee do everyone.
Yes.
I want to see him draw everybody.
And a lot of the stills from this book are now iconic.
I'm sure,
So,
yeah.
okay. Almost all of the designs, great.
Mhm.
I loved almost all of them. There was one where it was like, this looks dumb, and that was Huntress.
Oh, I liked her.
Okay, so this
But
is
I don't know what
actually
she's supposed to look like.
this is my favorite outfit, actually.
Okay, that's why. It looked crazy. I was
So,
just like, what is happening here?
She had the underboob going, too. I was like, that's impressive.
So, in Gail Simone's Birds of Prey, she is wearing this outfit.
Okay.
And Black Canary stops her at one point. She's like, why the stupid outfit? Why can I see...
It was really the exposed stomach.
Yes,
where it
which
was
is
just, why?
like Black Canary's point. She's like, why?
Yeah.
The boots were
And-
cool. The
yeah.
boots were very cool.
This is my favorite Huntress outfit. And
Okay.
it's because of Birds of Prey. And it's a fun outfit. But she literally stops what she's doing. She's like, okay. But literally your stomach is exposed.
I think you guys are underestimating the flexibility that an open midriff could provide in action.
If you want, I will
No.
get to Huntress's reason for it.
Please.
So, like I said, Black Canary's like, you look ridiculous. Why? And she's like, I do 200 sit-ups a day. I'm going to show it off.
Yeah.
Fair.
And that is the only reason
Fair.
that we're given.
Yeah.
Fair. I would show off my ab if it wouldn't freak people out.
You know?
If you did 200 sit-ups a day, you'd look very different.
Yeah, no, I don't do 200 sit-ups a day.
But this is my favorite Huntress outfit because it is so silly, but also she looks so incredible in it,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Like, she's just badass.
Well, she's got the
And
confidence
She was,
to pull it
the
off,
bike
too.
was cool. She
Yeah,
was
I
very
love-
cool.
Yeah, I love her. I love the Catholic crosses. If you look at her earrings, they're also crosses because it's part of even the outfit. That's part of her thing is being Catholic
You know
and
she's
Italian.
Italian. Yeah.
Yes, she is Italian because she is a mob boss's daughter. And her entire family were murdered except for her.
Interesting.
It happens.
Which is why she started being Huntress is she went and tracked all of them down and killed them all. So
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Why aren't we reading her stories?
you can. Birds of Prey was on the table, but we're sticking to Batman.
Yeah.
But
But yeah, Jim Lee's art was very fun here for our audience and for us, I guess. He was like a superstar artist in the 90s. He was doing X-Men then. He was like the X-Men artist of the 90s. And he was one of the founders of Image Comics, which was huge for like creator-owned stuff. And, yeah, huge name in the industry. And yeah, his work here is great. Most of his work's pretty great. Like
it's iconic.
the bat suit looks so sick in this.
Yes.
I love the boots.
Yeah.
And he focuses a lot on like the imprint of the boot, and I think
Yes,
that's
he
cool.
does,
Yeah,
yeah.
the soles.
I really, like I said, a lot of the stills out of this book have become iconic. Like, I bookmarked 3 of them. These ones just happen to be back to back, where it's Batman and Catwoman kissing, and then also this specific cover where it's Catwoman and Batman with all of Poison Ivy's vines is a Funko Pop now.
Really?
Awesome.
That's cool.
I love the Batman and Catwoman dynamic in this.
Yeah.
Yes.
I thought that was the best part of the book.
This one's
I thought
just
it was, like, I
tickles
thought
me
it
with
was,
all the Batmobiles.
I don't know if better is the right word, but I felt like the relationship if you want to call it a relationship between
It is.
Batman and
It's definitely a
Catwoman
relationship.
in this book was far more fleshed out and I feel like real
Yeah.
than in The Long Halloween.
Yes, yeah, he really got a chance to play with it. I love Tim's reaction though.
Yeah.
Because
I also then like that it was a ploy too.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
yeah.
Batman playing everybody.
Yeah.
Yes, he is. And I love that we do get that like flashbacks when he's playing whatever that game is with
Chess.
the generals. No, it's like
Yeah,
It's weird though. Yeah, it's
I
like
was gonna say it's-
Stratego nonsense.
yeah, it's not chess, but it looks like it because it's.
I mean, but like,
It-
doesn't Tim call it like his toy soldiers chess pieces?
I don't
When
know.
they're in Metropolis?
To me, it felt like
That's-
a legally distinct version of chess, as
Yeah.
if chess had some copyright on it.
It might. But I love because he's got like the little generals and it's very cute.
Yeah.
But I like when he's teaching Bruce, you need because it doesn't look like chess either.
I loved how the
But-
flashbacks
Yeah.
looked.
I was just
they're
gonna
very
say-
pretty, very like black and
Yeah.
white.
I
where-
loved like the watercolor effect of them.
Yeah,
The
because it's memory.
Yeah.
I thought it was fun to see the the 30s Green Lantern pop up.
Yes. Yeah, it was very fun. I loved that. I liked the attention to detail, like even looking at the Batcave.
Yeah.
And I do really love when Nightwing and Batman, he's like, let's take the car. And Dick is like, which one?
Yeah.
Because there's all of the Batmobiles.
Yeah.
This one's my favorite.
The Superman stuff in here I thought was
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
fun. Jim Lee draws a hell of a Superman, and
Yeah.
I like that Superman gives Batman a kryptonite ring just in case.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like,
I
Yeah.
love the fact
his
that
bestest friend.
Lois is in on all
All
the
of it.
secrets.
Yeah.
That I really like because I find it really frustrating when they don't clue in like the significant others or the almost significant others of everything because I just feel like it's really
It's-
frustrating.
it's crazy to me that Lois still calls him Smallville.
Yeah.
I'm like, we're married to this guy. Like,
She gotta keep him in
Yeah.
his place.
Yeah.
But also, as with Lois in particular, though, I think she would figure it out regardless
Oh,
if they told her.
absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
it's honestly saving their asses to just tell her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Batman doesn't know she knows, right?
No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
but she
figured
does.
as much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love that scene where it's her flirting with Bruce, and Clark's like, "Could you stop?"
At first, I was like, what the
Yeah.
hell, Lois?
Yeah.
And then she was like, oh, no, I was just trying to figure out what he was doing here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally, she has an agenda, and she's trying to like get her bag and find out what's going on, and
And
I
I-
love her
She
for
wore
that.
that short skirt for a reason today.
I love Lois Lane so much. She's so good at her job, and she is so intelligent.
Yeah.
And I love in Tom King's Batman, they have like this double date thing that they do where it's
Oh.
Catwoman and Batman and Lois and Clark, and they like swap places.
Oh,
And so
that's
Selena's
funny.
dressed as Lois and he's dressed as Clark, and it's very, it's just really cute and very funny. But also at the same time, they're like, you actually, like Lois is holding up the cat and she's like, you actually wear this? It's like, yes.
The Catwoman suit here is very cool.
Yes.
Yeah, the goggles.
The goggles.
And I don't know if this was like, I
I
don't know if
think-
Jim Lee created that look, but it's great.
I think it's like my favorite
No,
iteration
he
of
didn't,
the
actually.
Catwoman suit.
It is a more modernized version of it. I don't know if Brubaker, the artist that did the Brubaker book, I'm trying to remember who it was. I don't think he created it either.
Okay.
He just, that run
Yeah.
is really popular with it. It might be the first time she has the goggles, though. I don't remember who drew that run, though. Brubaker is my favorite Captain America writer, and he did a really great Catwoman run, too, because he does film noir, so it was really nice.
I just wanted to say that I absolutely love Catwoman's suit in this comic book.
Yeah.
It's my favorite out of all of her iterations. This one
Is it Ed Cook?
I don't know many Catwoman iterations, but I did enjoy this one.
Yeah.
It was very good. And I liked their, we talked about, you mentioned Clark kind of showing Lois everything. Bruce and Batman show Catwoman brings
Yes.
her in.
Yeah.
And that was the biggest issue I had with it. You see so much growth from Batman in it, and then at the end,
Darwin Cook.
one little
Oh.
comment,
Of course it is.
one little comment kind of like just trips him up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything's out the window.
Yeah.
Yeah, that annoyed me too.
Yeah, I was like, I know they have to let other people play with these characters, but come on, you could have kept them dating. It's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Because I was really rooting for them in this one. And then they go and do that, and I'm like, oh, that's disappointing.
Yeah. And I think the reason you're rooting for them is because they do such a good job of developing the
Oh, yeah.
relationship.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Showing
I
growth.
loved those pages where it was Harvey revealing himself to the Joker and
Yes.
Batman revealing himself to Selina. Yeah, I thought that was a very cool construction there.
Very beautiful, like mirrored artwork.
Oh, the parallel between that and Batman and Celine was beautifully
I
done.
do not like bald Harvey though.
No.
I get it.
He
He
looks
got a
too
new
much-
head, but
But he
Yeah.
looks too much like Lex Luthor.
who is
He
the
does.
president of
Right.
the
The United States. Yes.
Which was why I was very confused as to who the actual villain was, even though I kind of sort of guessed it through the
Yeah.
flashbacks. But it
yeah,
was...
he looks a lot like Lex Luthor.
Joe and I were talking. We were like, America would never vote for a bald president.
No, I don't think we're getting a bald
No.
guy in the White House ever.
No.
No.
No, but also this is Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
I love Amanda Waller's little cameo.
Yeah.
Where she's like, I'm not here to be liked.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're a horrific human being. Of course not.
Yeah.
Because she is a monster.
I love how big Amanda Waller
was
is.
Yes.
gonna say, she
She's
looks
like
a
7
monster.
feet
Yeah.
tall. And
She almost reminds me of, like, Kingpin.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. They call her the Wall.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, she has that vibe. I think she's more evil than Wilson Fisk, but that's my personal opinion.
Yeah.
She's also more intelligent, but she's scary. Amanda Waller is scary.
I will say, for a mystery story where there is a mysterious new villain and also a childhood friend who we've
Yeah.
never heard of before who just
Yes.
happens to emerge,
Yeah.
they do a pretty good job with the misdirect.
Yeah.
I knew Hush was going to be Tommy, but like
Right.
they include enough
Yeah.
stuff in there to keep you be like, oh wait, what?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, and some of the stuff that he says too, like when he visits Wayne Manor right after the surgery, he's like, "Tell Bruce to be careful." And then I think it actually had like ...
Yeah.
after a surgery. I'm
Yeah.
like, all right, this guy's evil,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah.
Bruce, you have to know the mind of your enemy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we get like the little clips of Hush being like, "You need to," and all of these like inner monologues over, "I know my enemy. I know how Bruce Wayne thinks."
Yeah.
Like, yes, we know, which I do love. I just love the artwork.
The opera issue I thought was super fun.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's so beautiful, and I love. You get like that little slip of Harley. And she rips out of the opera.
I like
outfit.
Harley just kind of being
Yeah.
a dumb menace here.
Yes,
Yeah.
she is. She's just chaotic.
She's a ball of chaotic fun in this one.
Mm-hmm.
The bit where she's just like, you're already getting robbed by these prices. It's fun.
This book has a lot of clever dialogue,
Yeah.
and it's very like tongue in cheek. It's very cute, and it's just so endearing, too, because it is like a brutal Batman story,
Yeah.
but it's so endearing.
Yeah, then
Love it.
Batman just nearly kills the Joker.
Yeah.
Yeah, where he's like, and then I remember Barbara, and it makes it so much easier.
Yeah.
And then you get a little further where he is fighting Clayface, and it's him as Jason. He's like, "Why'd you let him kill me? Why'd you let him kill me?"
Yeah.
And the only thing that saves it is Bruce is like, Jason knew I loved him.
Yeah.
And that's what, like, makes him figure it out besides the clay. Like, he already did find the clay because literally a man's made of clay.
Yeah.
He's going to leave it behind.
Yeah.
But it's just such a good, Joe's right, it's a good mystery story. And a lot of misdirect. A lot of misdirecting.
Yeah.
Because you figure it out pretty early on, but then you're like,
Wait a minute.
am I wrong?
Yeah.
Is that too
Wait,
easy?
He's dead already? What?
Yeah.
Well, because at first I thought it was
so
like
good.
Two-Face because Harvey came
Yeah.
in. But then I was also like, well, Lex Luthor is part of this too. I mean, it could be him as well, but no.
Yeah, I do. I like.
I
It's just so good.
I love the feeling of reading a storyline that takes place during some greater story arc in the background. So you just get details like, oh, Lex Luthor's president right now.
Yeah.
Sure, okay, whatever.
Yep.
I will say that I love the illustrations in this, and I know that because the same author who did Long Halloween did this comic book as well, but it's different artists.
Yes.
I absolutely Poison Ivy's illustration in the Long Halloween, I was kind of like, I felt it was a little lackluster,
Okay.
but I absolutely love her design in this
one.
In this one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I found that I'm a Poison Ivy fan. I very much liked her in
Regardless.
this. I also liked
Yeah.
her in
Yeah.
Yeah, no, she's very cool here. I think I
Yeah.
prefer the Long Halloween design,
I
but
also
but
do,
Lee's work here is very good too.
Yeah,
I
it
love
is.
when she gets Superman under her thumb. That's
Yes.
very funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. But yeah, I love that he's given Batman like literally a kill switch if he needs it.
Yeah.
'Cause it's very good. I really do just love the artwork and I love the story, and I like you said, that they developed the relationship between Batman and Catwoman, but it never will work out ever.
No.
They will never work out. They should be together. They love each other and they should be together, but it will never work out.
Yeah.
Why?
It can't.
I think Batman needs to just grow up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Dick's advice to him was spot on.
Yeah.
Just let her in. Be normal about this
Yeah.
dude for
Yeah.
once.
Yeah.
Superman has a girlfriend and he's an alien.
Superman
Okay.
has a wife, and he's an alien.
Yeah, Superman also has like biological kids too,
Yeah.
but
And
Batman
like clone children as well. He's got
he's got a lot going on.
Yeah.
He's a family man.
How he finds the time.
But I like at the beginning where he's saving the kid from Killer Croc, and he's like, if Clark were here, he'd probably smile and make the kid feel like comfortable.
Yeah.
I'm not Clark.
Yeah.
And then at one point he's like, please shut up.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm not Superman. I'm not a Boy Scout.
Yeah.
And I love that because that's why I love him.
Yeah.
Because I don't want the Boy Scout.
I thought Nightwing was really fun here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I was
liked
very
him
attracted
popping
to
up.
Nightwing.
Yes, everyone is.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say that, actually.
Say it.
You said it on other episodes.
Have I said
We
he's the
have-
hottest in the
yeah,
DC
we have-
universe?
Oh, yeah. You have said that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you always start with that first. I'm not gonna say it, and then I think someone always is like, "Say it, please."
Yeah.
Which is probably you.
I think it is usually me because I don't know what you're gonna say.
That's like the common thing, though. Did you know his butt cheeks have names? I don't remember what they are right now, but they do. This
I-
gaggle of teenage girls named them.
I
Is that what a group of teenage girls is called? A gaggle? Is that official?
It works, doesn't
It
it?
does work.
does work. I
It
like
does
that.
work.
Yeah.
what's that actually for? Geese?
I don't know.
Yes.
Is a gaggle geese?
Yeah. I believe so.
Still works.
It does work.
Yeah.
But,
But
yeah.
but no, I like that he's the only one who can just totally level with Batman and just talk
Yeah.
to him like a person.
Yeah.
But that's because they kind of raised each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when he adopted Dick, he was a kid himself. Like, he was
I-
in his mid-20s.
Yeah.
I think it's very funny that like he talks about him's like Robin hypothesis with such disdain, but it's like, no, dude, that's just real.
Yeah.
That's just what you need. You need a kid to mellow you out, or else.
Yeah.
You get too doom and gloom.
Yeah.
And I love that we do get a lot of Oracle in this.
Yes. Yeah.
'Cause Barbara Gordon is incredible, but I love Oracle so much. You get like a little glimpse of the clock tower that's behind her monitors. And
So it kind of like dips into. Is it fair to say it kind of like dips into Birds of Prey, or is
like, yeah, because Huntress is in this too.
right?
Yeah, like dips the toe in there.
Yeah.
Their relationship is significantly better after Huntress is on the Birds of Prey with her and Dinah.
Mm-hmm.
Because before that, all Barbara knows about her is, you slept with my boyfriend.
Yeah.
So, not great.
No.
It's not great. And they hate each other for a little while.
Yeah.
But
What's
their relationship's stronger than Dick Grayson being.
What's your take on Tim Drake? Because I haven't read too much of him. I think it's fun. I think it's a fun concept that he's just a kid who figured it out and is like, no, I'm being your Robin, dude.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get any say in the matter.
It's very, my opinion, it's very controversial. I don't like Tim.
Okay.
I think he's overconfident. I think he thinks he's smarter than he is. Yes, you figured out who Batman is. Kudos. Like, good for you. But don't be a d- about it.
Yeah.
And I don't like how he treats his girlfriend.
Who's his girlfriend?
Stephanie Brown, who
Okay.
becomes a Batgirl. And she's spoiler. Her dad is a supervillain.
Oh.
Which villain?
I'm not telling you. Figure it out.
Look it up.
Look it up. But I don't know how he treats his boyfriend. I haven't read any of that. That's a recent thing. They're like, Tim Drake's bi. And I'm like, good for you, bud. But I don't know. Hopefully he's treating his boyfriend better than he treated Stephanie. Because Stephanie's also incredibly intelligent. And it was like, I'm going to do this and be awesome. And she's being supportive. And he's like, I'm like, I hate Tim Drake. I do. He's my least favorite Robin, which is saying something.
Name too.
Because
Tim
Damien's
Drake.
annoying.
Yeah.
Sounds like he'd be the heir to like some kind of fortune.
Damien was like raised to murder.
Yes.
So like,
Yeah.
it's like, all right, a kid gets a bit of a pass.
Yeah, he does. I like
Did
Damien.
you ever see that? It was like a kid's Batman Christmas movie about Damian Wayne.
No.
It's like a comedy thing. I forget what it is.
There is an issue of Tom King's Batman, I think. I think it's Batman. I was reading all of the books at the time. So I was reading Super Sons, I was reading Superman, I was reading All-Star, I was reading Batman, I was reading Teen Titans. So I don't know which one of them it is. I'm pretty sure it's Batman. And it's Bruce and Damian at Clark's house for Christmas. And it's adorable. And I love it.
This is called Merry Little Batman. And Damien, I think in this one, is just a cute little boy. He's not a
very
murderer, and he has to foil the Joker's plot to ruin Christmas.
Oh, it's very cute. Is there the iconic Joker Batman Christmas song? Because I love
I have to imagine
all of the memes around this time of year where it's like kids that were born in the 70s, 80s, and 90s know Batman has an announcement for you. I do not smell.
Yes.
And I love it so much. It is so good.
Thank you, Joker,
Yeah.
for providing
Are you
us with that
familiar?
song.
Of course.
Okay. It's very good. I used to sing it all the time when I was a child. It's so good, though. And I do like we get kind of a glimpse into the Bat family dynamics in this a lot. Where I love that line where it's Bruce and Dick and they're having their moment, and then Barbara's like, if you're done having a little bromance moment, we need to do our job. Dick's like, does she always have to listen? He's like, you would know better than I do. It's just so good. And I love them so much. But yeah, I love Dick Grayson. We do get Talia al Ghul in this, which is Damien's mom.
We do.
And her father.
Yep.
I love that she's in charge of LexCorp now.
I like the sword fight with Batman and Reich.
Yeah.
That was fun.
That was cool.
Yeah.
It's very beautifully drawn.
Also,
Yes.
like I expect Batman to be jacked and Superman to be jacked. Y'all see Jim Gordon
Yeah.
when he wakes
Yeah.
up and aims the gun?
Yeah, he's retired.
I was like,
Yeah.
wow, that
Yeah.
dude is built. He's ready to go.
I mean, what else
He's
is he
got that
doing with
old
his
man
days?
muscle.
Yeah. Well, honestly, like, he's been through it, but at this point, Jim Gordon's seen some things, and I do not blame him. Like, literally,
He's doing like prison workouts.
yeah. I don't know if anyone, have you read the Killing Joke?
Yes, yeah.
Have you? No. So that is the book where Alan Moore has the Joker shoot Barbara.
Okay.
And he also kidnaps Jim Gordon and projects nude images of his daughter who is bleeding out onto the walls and has this man in his underwear and chains, and that's all he can see.
Oh, God.
So I do not blame him for doing prison workouts after that, so
Yeah.
that does not happen again.
Wow.
Yeah. It's real messed up.
Yeah.
because he's also like in a carnival or a circus too, because of course he is, because it's the Joker.
If you read it, find the version that has the original coloring, because the new colors are fine. They're very bland and normal. The original coloring is demented and like all day glow and like just pinks and yellows and oranges. It makes you feel like you're going nuts.
Wow.
Which
is the point.
Yes. And when it ends, I remember when I originally read it, I was like, am I missing pages? Like, is my book No, just ends like that.
Oh,
just
wow.
ends. And you're like,
It does end on the best joke the Joker's told.
What is it?
So two guys are escaping from an asylum, and they get to a big gap, right? And one guy says, "All right, I'll shine my flashlight, and you can walk on the light over the gap." And the guy says, "No, what are you, crazy? I'll get halfway through and you'll turn it off."
Because he won't make it anyway.
No, he believes that like you can walk on the light, but
but
he just turned it off.
I was thinking the gap's huge.
It is. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
they just die, but
Yeah.
it's Batman laughs.
He does.
Batman thinks
Batman.
it's hysterical.
It's good. I do, as I'm flipping through this, another thing that I do really love with Jim Lee's artwork is the like holographic movement that he has.
Yes, I liked that a lot.
Especially for like Catwoman and Nightwing, where they're doing flips and it's just the outline.
It just gives it all movement
Yes.
in like the best possible way.
My favorite joke in this is on a page where it's like just like a splash page of the Riddler playing chess. The Joker's piece just has a shirt that says "I killed Jason Todd and all I got was this lousy T-shirt."
Oh my god.
I love how much they on Jason.
The bit where
Always.
Riddler's
Always.
talking to Batman at the end, and he's like, "Yeah, the Joker was hard at first, but once he heard the Jason gag, he was all in."
Yeah.
No.
I think, speaking of like the movement and stuff, one of the things I think Joe and I maybe weren't crazy about with Harleen was that a lot of it felt static. Like
Yes.
it was like not a lot of, but this is kind of like
The
like
opposite.
the opposite. Like there's
Yeah.
a lot of movement going on.
Yes, it's just the poses are very kinetic. It
Yeah.
always looks like they either just stopped moving or they're in the middle of it.
Yeah.
and-
Yeah.
Yeah, even the way that their muscles are drawn.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Rippling.
Yeah.
Everybody's got like 500 muscles in their
Yeah.
arm.
But yeah, it's just the attention to detail is lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are not missing arm day. That's for sure.
No, yeah. And Jeph Loeb knows how to write a Batman book.
Yeah.
He does.
So apparently this is getting a sequel next year.
Really?
Yeah. Jim Lee and Jeph Loeb are both back. That's what if you read it on Hoopla, there's a little bonus few pages
Of the new one.
Batman trying to find the body, and then Hush rolling out, dragging
Yeah.
himself out and coming across Harley Quinn and the Joker, and it teases like, "Oh, to be continued."
Yeah.
So
Interesting.
So
Yeah.
how long ago was this book?
2003.
Oh wow. Okay.
That's why it's iconic now.
Yeah.
Because doesn't feel dated though.
Right.
It
Right.
feels like it could have been put out recently.
Yeah.
Because it just,
I hope he
it's a timeless
makes
Batman
amends
story.
for
Yeah.
being butthurt with Catwoman.
She leaves him at the altar, so, they're even.
Yeah.
Why did she leave?
She's got personal stuff she's dealing with. They're back together.
Oh yeah. Oh. They have a weird relationship.
Told you.
Yeah.
Combined, apart. Together, apart.
it always
They live weird lives, though.
Yeah,
That's
they
fair.
do.
Like,
They both dress up and fight crime. So
Okay, my argument: just let them get married. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's get into uncharted territory. We've seen them together. We've seen them apart. Let's see them really together.
yeah.
I don't. It's like
I
they set
agree
it up.
with you,
It would have been
Joe.
That's some baby
great.
bats.
We have baby bats already.
Bruce Wayne has kids.
Damian Wayne.
Yeah.
It's his
Damian
kid.
Wayne. Oh yeah.
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 Who's the mother?
Talia al
Talia,
Ghul.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 'cause she
So
drugged him and
Yeah.
got pregnant.
the original
Yeah.
Huntress character was Batman and Catwoman's daughter.
Yes.
Yeah, but that got axed.
Oh.
Very
with Crisis. Yeah.
Which I like Helena Bertinelli better than Helena Wayne.
I haven't read any Helena Wayne. I can't say anything. I just think it's a funny little...
She's fine, and she still exists, just in, like, on different Earths. She still exists. Like, there's a book with her and Power Girl. That's very fun.
Oh.
Does Power Girl use electricity?
No, she's
got Superman powers. Pretty
Yeah.
much. She's the one with the boob window.
Yes.
It's the silliest costume.
And I love it to death.
So in the other
Gotta let those
universes,
things breathe, you know?
in the other universes where Catwoman and Batman have a child, is Batman aware of that?
He's dead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Never
He
mind.
was aware, and they had a really rocky relationship, but he's dead.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, he was aware. Rocky relationship, though. They have not a great relationship in this, though.
Yeah.
But she's to kill people. Of course they don't. And then, like, yeah, that's a whole other... That's a whole other
A whole
storyline. If
other
you want to know more about Huntress,
discussion.
read a Huntress book. She's a lot of fun. She's a teacher.
She kind of seems like, you know, a little bit Punisher-y.
Yes.
You know, yeah. Just
That's a
like,
very
yeah.
good way to, yeah. She's like a reformed Punisher, yeah. Where she's still going to beat the snot out of you.
Yeah.
She's not going to kill you. She'll put you in the hospital, but
Yeah.
maybe shoot you in the shoulder with a crossbow.
Let me tell you.
What a woman.
My favorite thing is reading Spider-Man stories where he teams up with the Punisher and says like, "Gee, I'm sure glad the Punisher used his mercy bullets this time instead of killing people."
Yeah.
And it's just like, yeah. Keep telling yourself that, Spider-Man.
Yeah. Very similar vibes. I love her. I love her on the Birds of Prey because I think she adds like a much needed chaotic element to it.
Yeah.
Because Dinah's despite the fact that her power, if used like incorrectly, is very destructive, and even when she aims it correctly, it destroys everything in its path.
Yeah.
But she's not chaotic. She's a very like down to earth and intelligent person.
Yeah, because like even with her power, she like there's that bit in Batgirl Burnside where she's like, "All right, I got the decibels. We're doing it like this." Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she can control it and she knows the decibels. Yeah, Huntress, balls to the wall, always. Mm-hmm. And I love that for her. There's a bit where she goes to save Vixen from a cult. That is a hilarious and amazing storyline.
I read that storyline.
The cover of my favorite issue from that specific story arc is her flipping off people in the rain.
Yep.
And that's the whole cover. Is her in the middle flipping them off. It's so funny. She's just such a fun character. And I love that she's in this a lot. And she gets to be snarky. And you see a little bit of her and Barbara's friendship. But yeah, that's why the Birds of Prey are Bat Family adjacent. Mm-hmm. They're there. Even if you don't technically believe Black Canary's part of the Bat Family, she's adjacent. Even though her ex-husband is Green Arrow.
There's also a funny bit here where Batman was just like, "Well, Superman died, Green Arrow died, but they're alive now."
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. Well, that's because in most comics, if you die, you don't stay dead.
No.
Even Jason Todd, that is now true. For a long time, it was not, but...
Well, yeah, for a long time, what was it? It was like you don't stay dead unless you're Uncle Ben, Jason Todd, or Bucky.
Yes.
And Bucky and Jason Todd are back. I'm sure Uncle Ben's been back at some point.
Yeah.
You know, I don't actually know.
That's kind of amazing, honestly.
Yeah. So the reason Bucky's not dead anymore is because Brubaker was obsessed with him as a kid. Like, that was his favorite character. And when he just dies, he was when he grew up, he was like, that's not a satisfying ending for my favorite character. I'm going to make him the Winter Soldier. And he invented the Winter Soldier. Wow. And that's what brought Bucky back. Yes, Brubaker is an incredible writer. I like his Batman because I like him. I loved his Daredevil. I like when he takes a shiny character
and greases it up.
Yeah, and makes it a darker storyline.
Yeah.
Like with Captain America. Because I love a darker storyline. I like a darker character. I like a more complex. And we are a good person. how we get there might be problematic.
There's
but
this one 70s Captain America story I really want to read where he's like uncovering this like shadowy conspiracy that's like controlling the United States, and then at the end it goes all the way up to the president, who's highly implied to be Richard Nixon, and Nixon just shoots himself.
Oh my
Wow.
god.
Yeah.
I wonder who wrote it.
I think it was Mark Gruenwald or Steve Englehart.
Okay. But yeah. I'm glad you guys liked this. Because it's a pinnacle Batman story.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorites just because storyline, artwork, I like how many characters we've shoved into these pages.
Yeah.
But that's kind of Jeph Loeb's thing. How many characters can I fit in this book? And he makes it work, though. He makes it make sense.
Yeah.
So, and I love it. I do. I love all the art, and I like looking at concept art that usually comes in trades, and yeah. It's so fun. It's really good and well thought out, and I love the glimpses of Gotham City you get too. That's always my favorite. I like the lightning in the sky. For why? Why is the sky red though? Like, what's going on?
One thing I brought up before we started recording that I'll bring up again. Let me tell you, if you're not familiar with the character of Harold, you're in for quite a reveal here. Because nothing was funnier to me than just Batman finally confronting the man who betrayed him, and he's just like, "It was you, Harold." And it's just some guy I've never seen before.
Yeah, I stopped reading. I was like, who the hell's this? Did I miss something?
But no,
Good old Harold.
it's
But between this, because I found this book to be very entertaining. But between this and the Long Halloween, I think
it's not.
I liked the Long Halloween better than this one.
yeah, it's no contest.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this was still a very fun read. And,
Yes.
yeah, a good romp.
It is. That's what this is supposed to be. It's not as grounded in reality and as film noir-esque as The Long Halloween is, because this is a detective story, but not like that.
Right.
That feels like a detective story, and it's nitty-gritty, and Tim Sale's artwork is all, kind of creepy.
Yeah.
And I really love that. It gives me Rackham vibes, just in a very modern way. We know who Arthur Rackham is, right?
It sounds familiar.
His artwork inspired the fantasy world in Pan's Labyrinth,
Okay.
where it's creepy and whimsical.
Yeah.
And strange, but in a very beautiful way.
Yeah.
And that's what I really like about Tim Sale's artwork. It's weird and whimsical, and it makes me a little uncomfortable. And I love that. I like the harsh lines. Jim Lee's artwork is pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's very pretty.
very 90s.
Yes.
I know this isn't in the 90s, but very,
It's
informed
close
by
enough,
that
yeah.
sensibility. And,
Yeah. Which
It
was
is.
why
Yeah,
I thought
let's-
this book was older than 2003.
Let's get the heroes in as many sick-ass poses as possible.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is. I love how many bat vehicles we see too.
Yeah.
I like the bit about LexCorp stealing his design. And,
Yes.
yeah.
It's just so funny. Because I do, yeah. I love all of this, and I like how much we get. I wish we see the Batcave, but not I want a full page spread of what it looks like on the inside. I want to see the giant penny. I want to see the dinosaur.
Yeah.
Okay, I know he has the giant penny. Where did he get it from?
It's a trophy it's a really old issue. I don't remember who he was fighting. I want to say it might have been the Joker.
Did Batman get the giant penny?
It's just there.
Okay, Giant Penny has a page on the Batman wiki. Okay.
Yeah, it's Golden Age.
It was a coin-themed villain named the Penny Plunderer. Okay. I need to see the. No way they're still doing Penny Plunderer stories. No way.
They. What is that from?
I don't know. Okay, this guy looks awesome.
Yeah,
The
pennies!
OG Penny Plunderer literally is just a man in a green suit with an evil mustache who loves pennies.
Yeah, there's a giant penny in the Batcave, as well as a giant green dinosaur.
Nice.
It's very fun. I love the trophies. I love when you get a chance to like go through the Batcave and see all of them. In Tom King's Run, there will be just like page spreads of the Batcave. And I like seeing all of the old suits and their little glass cylinders.
Wait,
What?
they sentenced him to death. The Penny Plunderer was executed.
Oh my
Wow.
god. I guess, the
Wow.
Federal Reserve doesn't around.
So
Yeah.
it's not.
paid for his crimes.
They
Oh my
let
God.
they let the Joker live.
Yeah.
But not,
They put him to death for stealing that giant penny.
Wow.
Federal Reserve, man. That's crazy.
Wow.
Oh my god.
I love 30s comics because they just execute villains sometimes. There's the Shazam Captain Marvel. There's a villain named Mr. Mind, and he's a little caterpillar. He's a little evil caterpillar. And
Does he get squashed?
No, he collaborates with the Nazis.
Oh my god.
And then they try him at Nuremberg.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Yeah, that sounds.
This was coming out during World War II and the aftermath.
Yeah.
They were just like, obviously he has to pay for his crimes. He has to.
Oh my
the
god.
caterpillar.
That's funny.
That's crazy, but comics display what's going on in our reality. And I love that. It's a way for people to digest what is going on in their society in a way that they can understand and relate to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
look,
my-
there's a fantastic, I'll put it up on screen. Yeah, a fantastic little newspaper at the end of this. It's just Mr. Mind found guilty to die in an electric chair.
Wow.
DC was not messing around.
No.
Look, he's on a box so he can talk because he's a caterpillar. Like,
It was, oh my god. Oh my gosh.
That's hilarious.
They can't just put him in a glass cage.
I guess not.
That's hilarious, but okay. Closing thoughts.
this was a super fun book, and I had a great time. The art's great. It's a fun mystery. Hitting it with 4 batarangs.
I love that. Okay. I'm gonna give it 4.5 batarangs. It's one of my favorite Batman stories, but not my favorite Batman story. But I wanted something that was iconic, that was beautiful, and the story's fun.
Yeah, very much like the artwork. Very much like the relationship with Catwoman. 4
Yeah.
out of 5.
Also, fun romp. Very entertaining. Loved the artwork. Yeah, loved the relationship with between Catwoman and Batman. Loved Nightwing. So it's getting a 4 out of 5 batarangs.
Awesome.
All right.
Okay.
We'll see you next time.
For more Batman. Last Batman, but 2 different Mr. Freeze movies this time.
Blood.
Okay.
Bye, guys.
Bye.